Action. Ow. This is my plastic sword. June likes swords a lot. He is a wannabe knight. What am I doing?
This is the endless woods. We got hundreds of kingdoms.
What's up, Evernever TV? This is June, and today I wanted to go into a little bit about the making of the School for Good and Evil Rap. So just a little background to how this all got started. Some of you don't know this, but I used to make rap videos on YouTube. You know, I'm not like the best rapper, but it is a big hobby of mine and I love it a lot. So I thought it'd be a really fun thing to be able to bring rap and incorporate it somehow into a Evernever TV episode. So I was trying to brainstorm a way of doing this School for Good and Evil Rap in a way that was kind of familiar and still fun for you guys. And my mind immediately went to Hamilton. What Hamilton does so well is that it condenses a lot of complex history and lore into these very simple, memorable rhymes.
Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got y'all knuckleheads and local parentes. I'm joining a rebellion, cause I know it's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm gonna take shit.
I know that a lot of School for Good and Evil readers are like familiar with Hamilton. I thought, well, why not just add our own School for Good and Evil twist to it and kind of retell the story of School for Good and Evil. So there's first the question of what each verse was gonna be about. In the books, there's like a poem before the books begin.
In the forest primeval, a school for good and evil. Try to escape, you will always fail. The only way out is through a fairy tale.
And it kind of sets up the world before you jump into your whole story with Sophie and Agatha. So the first verse was more of just like a history of School for Good and Evil. So having the kind of larger framework of what the verses were going to be about, it was time to write the verses. I don't want to go too much into the technicals of writing a rap because I'm not too certain of them myself, but there's the contest of writing your own School for Good and Evil rap, and if you guys wanted any pointers that might be easy to implement, it's worth mentioning like two techniques. So number one is the use of compound syllable rhymes. So what a compound syllable rhyme is a rhyme that is made from more than one syllable. So a compound rhyme would be fairy tale and carousel. All the syllables in that word rhyme. There's fe, ke, re, tail, sell, carousel, fairy tale. As opposed to if you were to rhyme fairy tale with like good smell. I mean, you can obviously mix it up and sometimes it sounds better to not do a perfect rhyme. But generally speaking, I think when I read beginner rhymes, they just rhyme the very last syllable of the word. And sometimes that doesn't sound as clean. So that's like one thing to consider. The other thing is internal rhymes. Internal rhymes just means like having rhymes close next to each other. So for example, in verse 1 of the School for Good and Evil Rap, there's a war began, vying for the pen. Only one brother survived to write the final, the end. So instead of being like only one brother made it through to write the final, the end, you're rhyming the I syllable. So it's a war began, vying for the pen. Only one brother survived to write the final, the end. You're packing the same vowel into one line, so it emphasizes the impact of each of those same vowels. So if you guys wanted to try your hand at rhyming yourself, these are some tricks that you might want to try out. So after I had the rap written, it was time to record it. An important thing in this recording process, if this is something that you guys are ever curious about, and not just for recording a rap, just in general, if you're like podcasting or doing something where your mouth is very close to the microphone, you probably want to get a pop filter, and you need it so that your breathy P's don't explode the mic. So for example, if I'm like, Penelope picks peppers from the palace and pickles them, the microphone's gonna kind of explode with all the P sounds you're making. But then if you have this thing, and also stand a little further back, Penelope picks the peppers from the palace and pickles them, it's like not as explosive. And that's why the P's are called plosives, because they explode the microphone and freak out the microphone, so that your poor little snowball is like, ah, too much, too much. Yeah, so one thing in recording the rap, I got very into the character of Sophie. And originally, at the end of the second verse, the whole cliffhanger with like, only Sophie landed with the bad people, there was like this whole skit with Sophie falling into the swamp of the School for Evil.
What? Where am I? This was the School for Good. Why does it look so dark and scary? Get away from me! Oh, you look like a weasel, and that girl has green skin. I thought I was going for the School for Good. What's going on? There's been a mistake. There's been a mistake.
In the end, it was like, wait, wasn't this supposed to be a rap song? But I did put a lot of heart and soul into it. So after I'd recorded the rap, I knew that the video, while it would be a little bit of like the narrator rapping, that would be more like a framing device for a bunch of fun SGE memes that would illustrate the rap. You can maybe imagine it like a collage. For example, in Sophie's bedroom, when you have Sophie in bed and Aggie appears in the window, that's a bunch of different layers that I cut out of what they were originally a part of and kind of pasted them on top of each other to make it look like one space. Because obviously, we didn't actually go to like a cartoon room and film Joanne and Ramon in that room. So I filmed them in front of a green screen that I looked up how to make on YouTube, which kind of was a disaster. We just had like this really crappy wrinkled green plastic that we like taped to stands. The reason we have a green screen is that the green screen makes it really easy for the computer to cut Joanne and Ramon out of the background and lets you kind of just have Ramon rather than Ramon and the background. So it just makes the computer be like, okay, we don't want green, and anything that's not green, we're gonna save. So that's why green screen is so like bright and you're just like, ugh, so green. Because if it's something that's brown, the computer's gonna be like, all right, okay, cut out brown. Okay, I'm cutting out the brown background. I'm cutting June's hair as well. And then I'm just gonna be like a bald dude. So that about covers what went into making the video. Let us know what you thought of the SGE Rap. And let us know if you want to see more School for Good and Evil rap kinds of videos. We have some ideas for a rap battle series. So if you have any suggestions for who you would love to see battling each other, really looking forward to seeing your matchups. Stay tuned because we got a lot of fun things coming up on the YouTube channel. Giveaways, movie news, and of course, Book 6 news on the horizon. You're going to want to be the first ones to hear that news, and the exclusive place that we're going to be releasing any Book 6 news will be here on Evernever TV. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, and do all those things. I'm going to cough. You can follow me at @june.sekia on Instagram for more updates about my personal projects. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.